Have you ever noticed how some people just keep going? No fanfare, no constant motivation posts, no daily pep talks. They're not excited every morning. They're not pumped full of energy, but somehow they move forward, consistently, quietly. What they have isn't motivation. It's something deeper. Most of us, we're stuck in a cycle. We wait to feel ready. We wait for that burst of inspiration, that rush of energy that makes us think, okay, now I can do this. And some days it comes, we feel unstoppable. But then, it fades. The energy drains, the excitement disappears. And we're back to scrolling, procrastinating, wondering what's wrong with us. Here's the thing, nothing's wrong with you. You're just relying on the wrong fuel. Motivation is emotional. It comes and goes like weather, and that's exactly why it fails. Think about motivation like a campfire. When it's roaring, it's beautiful, warm, energizing. You feel unstoppable. But fires burn out. They need constant fuel, constant attention. And if you're waiting for that fire to be blazing before you act, you'll spend most of your life waiting. The people who actually build things, who make real progress, they're not sitting around waiting for the fire. They've built something else. Something that doesn't need excitement to work. A quiet internal engine. One that runs on identity, not emotion. Here's what's happening in your brain. Motivation works through your limbic system, the part that craves pleasure, excitement, and instant rewards. When something feels good, you want to do it. When it doesn't, your brain resists. This is ancient wiring. Your ancestors needed to conserve energy for survival. So your brain is biologically designed to avoid effort unless there's a clear, immediate payoff. That's why motivation feels so good and then why it's so unreliable. Because the moment the reward isn't obvious, the moment the excitement fades, your brain says, nope, not worth it. But here's where it gets interesting. There's another system in your brain, one that doesn't care about feelings. It's called identity-based behavior. When you act from identity, you're not asking, do I feel like it? You're asking, is this who I am? And that question, it doesn't require emotion. A writer writes, not because they feel inspired, but because they're a writer. An athlete trains, not because they're excited, but because they're an athlete. Identity doesn't negotiate. It doesn't wait for the right mood. It just is. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. Imagine two people trying to get healthier. Person A relies on motivation. He's excited at first. Buys new gym clothes, meal preps on Sunday, tells everyone about his new routine. For 2 weeks, he's on fire. Then life happens. Work gets busy. The excitement fades. He skips one day, then another. Within a month, he's back where he started. Person B, he doesn't wait for excitement. He doesn't have a dramatic transformation story. He doesn't post about it. He just goes 3 times a week, every week. Some days he feels great. Some days he doesn't. Doesn't matter. He goes anyway. Because in his mind, he's already identified as someone who moves their body regularly. It's not a question. It's just what he does. A year later, person A is still planning to start again. Person B has transformed his entire life, quietly, without fanfare. That's the strength that doesn't need to be felt. So how do you build this? 3 simple shifts. 1. Start with identity, not goals. Stop saying, I want to write a book. Start saying, I'm a writer. The first is a wish. The second is a claim. And once you claim it, your behavior starts aligning. Writers write. Even when they don't feel like it. Start small. 10 minutes a day. Not because you're chasing a result, but because that's what writers do. 2. Design your environment to support the identity. Your surroundings shape your actions more than your willpower ever will. If you're a reader, keep books visible, not hidden on a shelf. If you're someone who creates, keep your workspace ready. Don't make yourself set up every time. Remove friction from the right actions. Add friction to the wrong ones. Your brain will follow the path of least resistance, so make the good path easier. 3. Build systems, not streaks. Forget perfection. Forget 30-day challenges. Those create pressure. Pressure creates resistance. Instead, build a simple, repeatable system. Not, I'll work out every single day, but I move my body 3 times a week. Any 3 days. Flexibility keeps you consistent. Rigidity breaks you. The goal isn't to never miss. The goal is to never quit. Miss a day? Fine, show up the next. That's the difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation demands perfection. Discipline allows humanity. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. The most successful people aren't excited every day. They're not crushing it. They're not posting every win. They're quiet. They're steady. They're patient. They've stopped waiting to feel ready. They've stopped chasing highs. They've built an identity that doesn't need validation, doesn't need applause, doesn't need emotion. And over time, this invisible strength becomes unstoppable. It doesn't demand to be felt. It doesn't seek recognition. It just works. Day after day, year after year, without noise, without drama, just quiet, relentless progress. If this resonates with you, here's what I'd suggest. Pick one small action today. Not because you feel inspired, but because it aligns with who you want to become. Write one sentence, walk for 10 minutes, read one page. Doesn't matter how small, just claim the identity. And if this shift in perspective helped, hit like. Drop a comment with one identity you're claiming today. And subscribe to PeakVero for more calm, psychology-based insights on building a life that lasts. No hype, no shortcuts, just sustainable growth.